Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. So recently I have, of course, like always, been buying, trying, testing new makeup products. And for you today, I have the makeup that I feel is absolutely worth your money. And as I look at it, it's pretty much almost a complete face of makeup. So we're gonna do a whole face together of products I just love right now. And while we're talking about new things I absolutely love, let me show you two new additions to our family. These are our new kitties. This is Todd and this is Trixie. We still have Lucy, our 6-year-old Himmy, but we had been looking to adopt another kitty. And my girlfriend Beth has been on the hunt for me for kittens. She's been more passionate about than I have been, actually. And she knew I was very adamant about only wanting long hairs. She found these at her vet, and I couldn't get just one. So Todd and Trixie have been with us for a few days. We are acclimating. They are the sweetest, the softest, and they're new. So I thought you guys had to see what else was new in my house. Oh, and for those of you who are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And actually, I've been thinking about this lately. Shouldn't I go hair, skin, makeup? Anyway, I'm into that. And if you are too, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. I upload every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, so let's start out with foundation. I had picked up the Tier Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation in the shade 23 and Sand. I used the Tier filter on TikTok to try and find the right shade for me. This was the one that it picked. And whenever I get anything sand, it's just never right for me. And that was the case with this. If on me, I'll show you. This is the color, and it was just too yellow for me. Even though it says that it is a neutral, it wasn't neutral enough for me. It was just too yellow. But I loved everything else about it, so I was willing to give it another try in other colors. So I went onto Amazon. Again, I did the like matching thing. And so I decided to go a little lighter. I got 21N Ivory and 21C Cool Ivory. The funny thing is the Cool Ivory is a very pale color. You know, the only thing I don't like about these tiny ones, the bigger one has like the push button here to open the lid. The tiny ones just have like, you gotta like wiggle them open. And the 21C, let me put it here for you, is pretty light. So I think it might be good for me come wintertime, but right now it's just too light. And so Goldilocks was hoping for something that was just right. And what did I come up with? The 21N Ivory. And I think this is the best that we're going to get for me in this line. They have a decent amount of shades, but let's face it, they don't do a really good job with like actual neutrals and actual darker tones. I think for such an enormous brand, they've got to figure that out, especially since it's viral. But this is the one I'm going with. It's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And the hype is really real with this. So, but here's the thing that I found with it. You only need to press it in once. Don't go like squeezing and pressing and squeezing and pressing. You're gonna it's gonna be too much. And let's just get this on the face. Now you need to do kind of like a pressing and rolling motion. What's nice about this? Well, I don't like the tiny pad that's in the like smaller sizes because my fingers don't fit really well. The actual bigger pad, my fingers fit better. But this is what you really need to use. Don't go trying your beauty blender. Don't go trying a brush. It's not going to work or give you the right finish or coverage that you're looking for. This does give full coverage. It does not dry down super quickly. So for those of you who insist on dotting all around your face and then working it in, you can do that. It's fine. Just dip in one at a time, especially with the smaller one. The bigger one dip is all you need for your entire face. Trust and believe in that, please. Oh, you see this little mark right here? Yeah, I woke up with that the other morning and there was blood on my pillow. So apparently my nails like did something to my face while I was sleeping. So that was pretty. Now, do you see what I'm saying? That the color isn't exactly perfect for me, but once we have on, you know, bronzer, blush, it's fine. But do you see like what a long way this goes? I love how lightweight and almost like non-existent it feels on the skin. That's incredible. And like I said, this is more full coverage, and I'm not normally a full coverage girl, but there is always occasion for it. All right, I have it basically all over everywhere I want. Now I just go around and pat it, just blending it, because it does, like I say, stay a little bit damp. But for me, I love going in with, where the hell is it? Honest to Christ. I love going in with a dampened beauty blender and just like evening it out and kind of picking up any excess, so that even though it's still going to remain full coverage, it doesn't look heavy, but it is full coverage. And because of like the difference in my skin tone and because of like the difference in pigmentation, I don't love full coverage on me. So just kind of evening out with the beauty blender makes this even better. And what's really nice about it, there's nothing left on this little pad. Like, it all comes off and goes onto your face. So it's not being like sucked up in here and wasted. It is so nice. So here's the deal. If you are looking for a lightweight, full coverage, yikes, long wearing foundation that you can really trust to stay in place, this is it. It's fantastic for summer, obviously. I mean, it's been out since the springtime and everyone has like lost their minds over it for good reason. It does look nice. It does wear well. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It actually, in a way, slightly rivals my Dior Backstage, which I live and die for. I will never give it up. So if you don't want to spend the money on the Dior Backstage and you want to give it a try, I think I picked this up on Amazon. It was around $11. So it's definitely worth it, especially if you're trying to figure out like what shades you want. You can absolutely afford to pick up a couple, maybe give away to your friends the ones that aren't right for you, and then decide how you really like it. And like me, I'm probably going to get this in a bigger size because I really like it and I want to have it on hand, even though I'm not usually a full coverage girly. All right, I don't have a new, like actual new concealer. I have the new shade for me of the Natasha Denona. It's in the shade N1. I had previously had N2 and that was just a little too dark for me. So I'm just going to quick put this on and I'll be right back. All right, next up, I've been completely obsessed with this new bronzer from Too Faced. This is the Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. I have the shade Chocolate Mousse. Yes, it smells like chocolate, just like all of their other like chocolate themed products. This, it almost kills me how much I like this because I was really pretty much done with the brand several years ago and I wanted a new bronzing like cream. I do have the one from Makeup by Mario and I love it. It's a little more natural. It's a lot more natural than this one is. And I wanted something more like this. I love this. It is so creamy. Where's my thing? Like I say, it's so creamy. It just blends beautifully. This particular shade is really nice on me. I'm so happy with it. So if you are looking for a bronzer that is a cream and a stick formula, something like that, you will absolutely be really happy with this purchase. I'm going to do a slight nose bronzer. It's not really an actual contour. I am going out to dinner with my boys tonight. My husband is out of town. The boys and I are going to go out for chicken wings. That's a really Buffalo thing to say, but we are going to be trying a place that they've been wanting to go to that we've never been to before. So we'll be checking that out. So even though like I'm doing a full face of makeup, I'm probably, well, I'm going to be ready to go out to dinner with my babies. All right, and then just for a little extra blend, I use my beauty blender just to make sure it's all pretty seamless. All right, next up, I'm going to set my eyes. I picked up from Tarte 2 setting powders. This is the creaseless setting powder. I'm actually going to use the lavender shade under my eyes. It's brightening. Like sometimes like brightening powders under the eyes can just be too brightening. So I haven't been finding this one to be too brightening. I love using the powder puff, but for my actual first set, I like to use a brush with just a little bit of powder on it. Tap out those crease lines that really haven't formed because this is an amazing concealer, and just brighten up a little bit. I'm just doing the lightest set. I'm not trying to bake. I'm beyond baking. At this stage of my life, baking is just not where it's at for mature eyes. Literally the only thing about me that's mature. It really does give the most beautiful, like even creamy blurring set. I'm super in love with this. And when I bought it, I bought both colors. Like I don't normally do that, but I thought, all right, let's just do it. And I was pleased with the price, although maybe I just wasn't thinking. It's $36 and there's 7 grams of product in here. and my tried and true Laura Mercier. This is their pink powder. It's called the Translucent Loose Setting Powder Tone Up. It's in the shade Rose. This has 29 grams of powder. So it has 4 times much powder in here, and it's $40 some. So honestly, this is not a good like value money-wise, but beauty-wise, it's incredible. But I still love this, and I will never, ever, ever give it up. All right, next up, this may seem kind of out of order, but this is how I've been doing it recently. I'm gonna do my highlighter. I kind of like the blend with my highlighter and then putting my cheek color on. So from Fenty Beauty, I was so in love with the shade Too Much that I had to get Pretty Pearls. As I mentioned in my last video, on the Sephora site, it says limited edition. I was just not having that sort of like threat. So I went and picked up the shade 2 because I'm not going to like have it go away. I'm just not. And I used just a little bit. You really don't need a lot, but the shades and the way they just sink into the skin, they look like your skin is just radiating. It doesn't look like powder sitting on top. It doesn't look crazy sparkly. It is just, it's incredibly beautiful. Literally, I think it's my favorite highlighter ever. All right, now we're gonna go in the blush. There have been so many amazing blush launches lately. And I absolutely positively love the House Labs. Where the heck is it? Oh, right in front of me. I love this. This is absolutely positively worth your money. I'm just leaning right now towards the Unreal Liquid Blush from Hourglass because I like how it performs underneath powder and on top of powder. It's just incredible. One little dot. I put it in the middle of my cheek and go back with a couple dots and then just blend. Isn't it beautiful? I love this so much. All right, another dot from the same little drip. Now we all know I am a blush girl and I sometimes go too much blush. That's just how it is. So being able to like just do one dot and slowly build. Do you hear that little girl? I'm losing my train of thought because there's a kitty running around my feet. But look I still have from that original little dot a tiny bit left. I'm actually going to put just one more dot right there because this is going to be gone over with powder. Oh my goodness, who's climbing up here? Trixie's climbing up here. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, you cute girl? Oh, you're killing me, you're so cute. But can you see like the sheen that leaves? And it's like you can see through it to your skin, so you could absolutely use this over bare skin very easily. It's so beautiful. All right, now I am gonna go back in and powder with the Creaseless Setting Powder in the shade Pink. I'm incredibly impressed with this powder. I cannot say enough about it. It's not very often that a powder literally just blows me away. I had this on the other day. I went to a party and it lasted. When I came home, my skin still looked creamy. It still was set. Nothing moved. I still had like this very smooth airbrush look. But you know how sometimes like an airbrush look can almost make you look like fake, almost like a doll? It wasn't like that at all. And I also a little bit attribute it to using a lighter, fluffier brush like this one and not really going in very heavy. I'm setting it like to set. I'm not setting it to look set. Do you know what I mean? Let's see if I can be a little more articulate. I'm just lightly setting. I don't want to look powdery. I just want to look smooth. All right, I really haven't set this side, but can you see a difference from this side? I'm gonna just go up this cheek a little bit. I don't wanna like really get rid of this glow entirely. I'm gonna go over it again, don't you worry. But this powder just sets everything so beautifully. That's the one problem with the Givenchy Prism Libre. I don't like it all over my face. I like it in targeted areas, but all over it's not right for me. But that doesn't mean I still don't love it and like I'm still gonna keep buying it. All right, now if you look right here, you can see a little bit of my pore texture. I don't wanna see that. So let's just go over it. Don't worry, I can put blush back on. And then it's like, voila, who has pores? Friggin' beautiful. And I know you're like, wait, but you already put your highlighter on. I can go back over it again. like these thin layers is what's really going to give you the longevity without it looking heavy and cakey. Yeah, so when you see it in the store and you're like, it is so friggin' tiny. Like, does it say in here? It's only 0.34 ounces. It is so tiny, but it's gonna last a super long time. So when you're like, oh my God, it's like $36. Do I wanna? You wanna. All right, I don't have a new eyeshadow palette, so I'm quickly gonna do just a basic eye. All right, I am going to use the Pretty Pros highlighter from Fenty in the inner corner just for a little pop of shimmer, because my whole eye look is matte and pretty basic. All right, so just a little bit of brightness just to kind of wake up my eyes a little bit. I did my eyebrows, I did a pretty basic eye look. I'm gonna tightline, and then we're gonna do a new mascara. All right, so when I had done a K-Beauty haul, I had picked up a mascara. I believe it's a Japanese brand. It's Judy Doll. Actually, is it Korean? I should really know that. Sorry. This is the Judy Doll Curling Iron Mascara. It only comes, well, it was in the shade black. There might have been a brown. I didn't even notice, but I picked up the black. This I've been beyond crazed with just because it's super interesting. It gives like natural lashes in a really beautiful way. It is waterproof without them saying waterproof. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass to get off. So for those of you who don't like waterproof mascara, what is it I just said? For those of you who don't like waterproof mascara, I don't think you're gonna like this at all. For those of you who want longevity, who don't want your lashes going anywhere, this is for you. Now it is a more natural lash, so you're not going to get like those crazy glamour lashes, but it's beautiful on no makeup days. It's obviously beautiful on makeup days. It does not smudge, smear, flake, any of that. It doesn't transfer, but it absolutely can be a pain in the butt to take off at the end of the night. I usually first try to get it off. I start with something like micellar water, then I will double cleanse. Then afterwards, if there is anything still left, I will go back in with the micellar water again, just to make sure everything is gone. I don't like waking up in the morning and seeing little bits of mascara. I want it all gone. So that's one coat. It's super pretty. I do like to just like comb through a little bit just to make sure everything is staying nice and fluffy and separated. That's one thing with like this sort of wand. You're not getting, I don't know, you have to make your lashes the way you really want them to be, because this thin wand, this without any bristles on here, is just applying the mascara. It's not changing your lashes in any way really. Now what's nice about this is it does not get clumpy, so you can go back and go back and go back as many times as you want to get whatever sort of definition and thickness that you want. Cool, it's in my hair. And it's just so nice and lightweight, and my lashes are gonna last like this for friggin' hours. And for me, this is a natural looking lash, so I really like this for every day. All right, I'm gonna take off my lip balm, because I have lip liners and a plumping lip gloss. All right, so the lip liners I picked up are the new Fenty Beauty Traced Out lip liners. I got Thugs Blush 2, shade 02, and I got shade 01, which is Riri. They're both so good. They last forever. Let me show you the colors. All right, so here is Thugs Blush 2, just like the prettiest pink. It's like a little deeper. And then for an even more pink, that is Riri. These are both the perfect shades for me. I love these kind of shades. They are super creamy. Now I'm gonna be using from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her newish. It's her Pillow Talk Fair Medium. It's a plumping lip gloss. It is the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plump Gasm. So you do have kind of that like tingly spiciness to it. This is the shade that like more neutral. It's gorgeous. It's actually beautiful with both of the lip colors, but I think I'm gonna go with the Thugs Blush 2 shade. I have to get this off my hand immediately because it stains, like it stains. It goes on so creamy smooth. I love it when my lips don't move at all from a lip liner. And I'm actually going to fill in the whole lip, because even though I've been enjoying this, I want to see how well it lasts while eating chicken wings. Oh well, couldn't find the lip brush to like really fill in the lines, so too bad, too sad for me. Let's go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh my god. You see how perfectly those go together? Now, normally I wouldn't put on a plumping lippy before I was going out to eat, but I'm not going to be eating for a while, so it'll be fine. But I love the shine this gives. I love the color. It goes so well with pretty much all of the lip liners I have, because it feels like I buy the same shades of like roses and neutrals over and over again. God, that is so pretty. And it's nowhere near as painful as, what was that one that I bought? I literally threw it out because it was so friggin' painful. Was it Maybelline? I think it was. Holy shit, it was painful. All right, I'm gonna do a quick set with my Charlotte Tilbury, and then I'm just gonna touch up with powder. All right, so once the setting spray is pretty much dried down, I go back in with this little puff and just go in the areas where I might get some shine. And this is what really holds and seals the deal for the rest of the day. Do you see like how smooth and airbrushed that looks? This powder is crazy. And it doesn't get like cakey, dry, crusty looking at all. It stays looking like this. Yeah, it's not often, I'm actually gonna get under here. It's not often that I rave about a powder like this. This is really special. All right, what do we think? So this is it for my full face, pretty much full face of new products that I absolutely guarantee are worth the money. Like I said, I'm gonna be eating chicken wings later, so I will see how the lip liner lasts. Honestly, saying that I eat chicken wings and I'm from Buffalo sounds so trite. Like the only other thing that I could say that would be more Buffalo is like, oh, snow's coming, I gotta go out and get milk, bread, and beer. Thank God it's August. But anyway, so this is my full face. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will obviously leave everything linked in the description box below. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. You know I love talking to you guys. And as always, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.